It was a show that went out 3 nights a week, live.
Wogan, you're on.
With a live audience. And everyone who is anyone dropping in. The great and the good, the bad and the ugly. They called it Wogan. I never knew why. So, if you're sitting comfortably, I'll show you something I made earlier. God knows what they'll make of us in 25 years' time. Welcome to another cornucopia of conversation. My cup runneth over. Now today, we're taking the phrase, less talk, more action, and ignoring it completely. It's more talk, less action for the next 45 minutes with an elite squad of Hollywood action heroes that include Harrison Ford, Sean Connery, Liam Neeson, Denzel Washington. First up, though, an actor, director, all-round movie icon who started small in spaghetti westerns and went on to blow hundreds of punks away, and in his spare time became the mayor of his hometown. It's, of course, the man with no name, whose name is, in fact, Clint Eastwood, who I spoke to using the magic of what was then excitingly modern technology. I'm just pointing out to the audience here that you haven't got an ear infection, you're just trying to hear me properly.
Absolutely. I sit there like this. Don't laugh, you're next.
Yes, an awful lot of my guests do exactly that, you know. Yeah. In this new movie, there's a lot of action and card chases, and you know, did you have to follow a tough fitness program to keep yourself up to all that action?
Well, I follow a regular regime of fitness. Just try to stay in fairly decent shape. But yeah, to keep up with the young guys like Charlie Sheen and some of these guys, you've got to get out there and jog a little.
Well, should you be doing all that at your age?
At 39, I don't see why not.
The characters that you have traditionally played tend to be laconic, close-mouthed, they don't say very much. Is that you, or is that an accident of the enormous success of those spaghetti westerns when you started as the man with no name and you didn't say very much, you just had the cheroot out of the corner of the mouth?
No, those are just characters that I devised at the time. They to cause a certain effect. I can be fairly closed-mouthed. I guess there's a certain amount of me in those characters. Though on the other hand, I do films occasionally like White Hunter, Black Heart, which are just the opposite, where you can't shut me up. In fact, you give me a couple jars of beer and you can't shut me up anyway.
Oh. Quick, give the man a couple of jars of beer there. It'll make him stop thinking about his ear. Now, you were once credited with single-handedly kind of reviving the Western as a film form. I mean, do you plan to make any more Western movies?
Yeah, Terry, I'm going to do one next, in fact. The next film I do, but I won't make it until next summer, but I plan to make a Western film. It's one I've owned for about 6 years, a very fine script, and it's a little bit different.
Is it getting tough riding those hard saddles now?
Well, if the blister breaks.
I think it was, of course, as Rowdy Yates in Rawhide that we saw you really, that the public really saw and grew to love you first. Do you remember that series, Rawhide, with any degree of fondness?
I don't recall it at all.
Ah.
No, I remember it very fondly, actually. Because we did some 200 and some odd episodes of that show over a 7-year period, so it was a great, it was obviously a very formative period in my lifetime.
Yeah. You then obviously got the great break in the spaghetti westerns. Did that seem like a great break at the time, or were you just desperate for the money?
Well, you never know until a film comes out, whether it's a break or not. If it comes out and is successful in it, then it's an opportunity. If it isn't successful, then you've just spent a certain amount of time. However, at that particular time in my life, it was a great adventure to go off to Europe and take a European approach to the American West. It was a very great adventure for me.
That's interesting. So when you yourself put a movie together as a producer, or a director, you've really no idea whether the thing is going to succeed or not, even if you put a good story together with a lot of big stars and good acting?
I think no one has any real idea. You can just guess. You can think, well, this sounds like a good combination, but there's so many things that can go right and so many things that can go wrong from the inception of the project, from the story through the entire production, whether it's cast well or photographed well or recorded well. There's so many things that have to work. You just don't know, and then it's the mood of the public at the time. You might turn out a very fine film, but it's not one that has broad appeal, or it might have critical appeal and not broad appeal, or vice versa. So you just kind of are guessing, but by and large you're just relying on your own instincts and feeling about it.
Sometimes the critics have been hard on you. Do you put a great deal of faith in the critics? Do they affect what you do?
No, you go ahead and make a film without any thought of that. Of course, you know, one thing that always makes you keep your feet on the ground is if you get a bad review, you're mad at the critic, but and you say you think he's wrong, but if you get a good review, he can be wrong too. So you have to always keep that in mind. That keeps your feet very solidly planted.
Now, the theme tune from one of the biggest action films of the time, a reworking of the old Errol Flynn crowd pleaser, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Spent a staggering 16 weeks at the top of the charts, and is, of course, Everything I Do It For You, by Bryan Adams.
Look into my eyes, you will see what you mean to me. Such a heart, such a soul. And when you find me, then you'll search no more. Don't tell me it's not worth trying for. You can't tell me it's not worth dying for. You know it's true. Everything I do know it's true. Everything I do, oh, I do it for you.
Movie buffs will know that a man who had a brief cameo in that Robin Hood film playing Richard the Lionheart is Sean Connery. Now, Sean's performances as James Bond surely make him one of the most influential action heroes ever. And his appeal never seems to fade. You've had a lot of accolades and a lot of praise lately. I mean, does it sit well with you? All these people telling you how sexy you are.
Yeah, well, it's tough, but somebody's got to do it.
Do you feel like Robert Redford? Remember Redford said, when he was voted the man that most women would want to be with, he said, where were they when I needed him?
Yeah, I know exactly what he means, actually. A couple of weeks ago it happened. But I can't go into it now. I'm just...
Oh, good, no, of course not. Of course not. But what about your reaction to the Spielberg quote, which said there are only 7 really major stars, and you're one of them? It's not bad.
Well, I must say that Stephen was the only one of all the directors I've worked with, and I've worked with many, who actually recognized one's busybody input, you know, on a film. The amount of... I sort of put myself about too much, I think, in all the different departments. And, but I always think for a good cause and reason. And he recognized it rather early before we even got to shooting.
You made sure he recognized it.
Yes, that's right. I sort of drew his attention to it. No, but it really was. It was fantastic to work with, and as I say, recognizing, which is... It's not a kind of common habit with directors.
No, but I mean, the part of Henry Jones in this, in fact, I think I'm right in saying you weren't due to come in until about page 73. But by the time you'd knocked him about a bit, you came in around about page 20, didn't you?
Well, it was a mixture of bits and pieces. When I first read the script, it was... I didn't care that much for the part, really, because it wasn't very dynamic or interesting, and I couldn't quite understand why they were going to bring in the father of the great Indiana Jones unless he was going to be something quite special. And we had, the only one that was kind of not for me, really, was George Lucas. That's all since been patched up. We get on famously now, and he thinks, you know, that I'm fine.
Yeah.
But
you've made him a few pounds. I suppose he feels better about it.
Yes, well, we've mutually benefited.
You
know.
always make sure of that, too, because you have a tremendous reputation of being a hard man over a pound note.
Well, you don't have to stretch it to a pound. I mean...
No, I've played golf with you. Yeah. It could be 50p, I know that. Yeah.
No, I like fairness. And it's not just the money, there's the principle too. But it is the money as well.
Yes. Yeah. But you've sued nearly all the major studios.
Yeah, the only one I haven't sued is Paramount. And I've worked most for them, strangely. I think I've done 5 films in the last 6 movies. I think 5 have been with Paramount.
But here you are, a man now well stricken in years. Isn't it time? Time surely to take it easy, Sean, to just pull back a bit. Instead, you're working harder now than you ever did.
Well, I adore enthusiasm in everything. Early payments. No, joking aside. But it's true. I enjoy people who enjoy work. Well, you know, you work many hours, and there is nothing better than working with people that are professional, responsible, enthusiastic. There's nothing worse than dealing with people who are incompetent, not interested in what they're doing. It's boring, depleting, suicidal for me.
Last year, there were all manner of rumors flying around that, you know, this man will never speak again, this, you know, all this kind of thing. Obviously, you were working very hard, but everything's okay.
Yeah, fine. It wasn't last year. Well, I can't count the days now since I've been here. But I was supposed to be whispering. I'm not supposed to. Against doctor's orders, I was talking to Princess Diana and Prince Charles
at the premiere. Yes,
yeah.
you weren't. I saw that report. You weren't allowed to speak.
Yeah, no. That's not true at all. But some of them had behaved rather badly in terms of camping outside the house in Spain and things. So I decided to say nothing and leave it at that. But you could explain to the audience that this is not a ventriloquist act. Is it?
You've ruined the whole
clever.
thing now. You've ruined it. And Sean was on hand for an occasion I'll never forget, when one of my personal heroes granted me a very special privilege. Golf fans out there will appreciate what a moment this was for me. Ladies and gentlemen, the United States Masters champ in consecutive years, Nick Faldo.
Before you sit down,
This is it.
there's a rumour that you've made a par once in your life before, so please take this off, please. Somewhere, someplace.
This is it, Sean.
This is it. There he is.
Sean, come on. It's the Masters. It's the Masters blazer.
There we go. Come on.
Harry, I'm getting the blazer.
There you go.
You're not getting this back.
Yeah.
It's your colour.
You can have
Michael,
it. Yeah.
let's go to fit. My word. Can I wear that? Can I wear it for just a few
Sure,
minutes? Would you
do.
like to wear it, Sean?
I
Come
have
on.
one, actually.
What? You got one. Now, Harrison Ford, perhaps one of the most successful action stars of all time. I spoke to him just after the release of the third Indiana Jones, which also starred Sean Connery. Gets everywhere. Anyway, I asked Harrison if this was the last time we'd see him grabbing Indy's whip and that battered old hat of his. Is Indiana Jones gone for good?
I mean, one learns to never say never again, but there's no immediate prospect of doing another.
Well, because Sean Connery, when he finished Bond, he said he'd never say never, and he turned up and never say never. I mean, how is it like? What's it like working with an actor who's playing your father when he's only 12 years older than you?
Is he?
Well, that's what he claims, anyway.
You know, he's a delightful man. I mean, Sean took the obligation to play older than himself seriously, and I think he was very convincing at playing a character older than himself. He's a pleasure to work with, just a sweet man.
You didn't play any golf with him, I hope.
No,
No.
not at all.
Yeah.
I played tennis with him a bit.
Not for money, I hope.
Very competitive man.
Yes. Yes, he doesn't like to lose.
No.
Particularly when it's down to money, he doesn't like to lose.
No.
Very close with the Bobbies.
Yes, I imagine.
Yeah. How old is Indiana Jones?
About 14, I think.
There is a possibility that you could go on to play his father much the same that Sean Connery did.
Oh,
You see,
really?
the younger man that could come up and take...
No, I guess I could do one more. I've got probably... I don't think he has any fixed age. I mean, we got stuck in this time period of...
Yeah, the 30s, wasn't it?
Yeah, and so I got 10 years older, and the period stayed the same. It was...
As you know, the thing that we have to point out is the cicatrice on the chin, the scar. A lot of people... You must
What
be
did you call it?
Cicatrice.
What does that mean?
It's Irish for a scar
Oh, I
on your
see.
chin.
Right.
I mean, so for the benefit of those who haven't heard your answer.
Yeah.
Did you get that in a very glamorous, reckless way, or
No.
you fell off a bicycle?
No, I was in a car accident, and I hit myself in the
They
steering.
did a rotten job on sewing it up, didn't they?
Yeah, well, they did. They did. I was 21 years old on my way to work as a buyer of knickknacks and oil paintings at the Bullock's department store in Santa Ana. And I had an old-fashioned Volvo with the seatbelt that hangs behind you, and I always wore my seatbelt. And I realized I wasn't wearing it while weaving through this canyon road, and I turned around to pick it off its hook, and that's when I hit the telephone pole.
It's not a glamorous enough story. You'll have to, for future talk shows, this will have to have some kind of romantic allusion. And
I'll work on it.
women will have to
Yeah.
be involved.
Yeah. Yes.
Or possibly rats or snakes.
No, I think women. You're
Women,
right.
probably. You've been in 6 of the top 10 all-time box office successes. I mean, you must be a good picker.
I've been very lucky. I've been lucky. No, I haven't. I've worked with very good people, and that's always been an ambition of mine, to work with the best people that I can, and to do different kinds of things. And some of the different things I've done have not been as successful. But
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you've done Witness, you did Working Girl.
yeah, yeah.
It shows it's a broad spectrum.
Well, I think that's in a way that's my obligation to myself to take care of my career. Were I to do the same kind of thing over and over and play the same kind of role and in the same kind of movie, I don't think I'd be as viable.
And is
as
critical
I'm now.
success more important to you than commercial success?
You know, you can never satisfy those boogers. It's the people that really count, and they make their vote when they go. And I really am. So in a way, I mean, I could say that I'm more interested in commercial success because I'm more interested in the people than I am in the critics. But it's not just you know, making the money. It's you set out to want to tell a story, and an indication of how successful you are at telling that story is whether or not the people like it.
Of course. All the money that you make, you live very quietly. I know, in Wyoming on a farm. And that. What can you do with all that money on a farm in Wyoming?
It's buried in various places.
Once more to the music. We're going from action hero to guitar hero. Old slow hand himself, Eric Clapton, performing Bad Love. Now, a big Irish fella who, despite his size, surprised many when he started taking down baddies with quite such ease in the hugely successful Taken series. It's Liam Neeson. This encounter's from way back when in 1990.
Well, I'm delighted to have you on at last. Here we are,
Thanks, Terry.
coming from the same country, and you've had such a tremendous career over the last few years.
Well, I'm paying the rent, Terry.
Yeah.
You don't mind the jeans. I feel really uncomfortable with these.
And it's all very most attractive.
It's a sad indictment of our times, I think.
It is. I hadn't
These
realised...
jeans are more expensive now than they were 3 years ago when I bought them. So.
Yeah, but then even more because you've worn them, you see. You could get quite a price for them.
Yes,
now,
and it's...
on the open market in Ballymena.
These are my wear stains, too. You know,
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
not as if-
I thought that was a little passé, the tear in the jeans. Is it not? What do you know?
What does pass?
Had you got a conventional upbringing in Ballymena, or...?
I had, yeah, and a very wonderful one, too. Very secure, very loving,
And then you went... Did you go to university? You did.
I went to Queen's...
Dropped out.
Yeah, Queen's University for a year, and it was a very abortive year for me. I just became a vegetable. The discipline of school had gone. I had no schoolmasters over me saying, you must do that homework. Suddenly it was all freedom. And I just couldn't cope with it. I just couldn't cope with it.
Did you drift for a few years after that?
I didn't really drift. I went back to Ballymena and I got various jobs. I was a forklift truck driver and reprographic assistant, which sounds very posh and special, which was making prints for architects. And then I went to a teacher training college in Newcastle upon Tyne for 2 years. Didn't finish that either, but, you know.
Had you aspirations to join the priesthood?
As a child, I entertained the idea. I liked the drama of it. I liked the robes and the mystery and the celebration of the Mass, and because it was very theatrical, you know.
Yes.
And incense and candles and...
The rubrics.
And very romantic too, actually.
Yeah.
So.
But then actually you've played a priest.
Twice.
In Lamb, you were a priest or a brother? Which?
I was a Christian brother,
Christian
actually.
brother, yeah. And then in the mission, of course, you were a missionary.
Yeah, Jesuit.
Jesuit missionary, yeah.
So I feel I've been a priest.
You
know what I mean?
fulfilled it, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my mother was very proud, so...
Let me ask you. Well, she's had 2 careers. You've been the priest, which every Irish mother is supposed to want.
Sure.
And then you've been a successful actor as well. You worked with Jeremy Irons and Robert De Niro in...
Robert de who, Terry?
Well, I mean, I can never pronounce the man's name. I mean, it's like dynasty and dynasty. Nero, is it?
I remember being at a function and you were giving out awards, the Variety Club of Great Britain, and at that time they were honouring Brideshead Revisited, and Terry was presenting an award, and he said, and now the award for, I think it was Best Actor, goes to Brideshead Regurgitated. Whereupon Jeremy Irons came up on stage to get this award and said, thank you, Mr. Wogan. So do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
so
I'm not... We don't speak now, Jeremy and me.
I don't speak to him either. I don't see him. So.
I know. And he's married to an Irish girl as
He
well.
is indeed, and a very fine one too.
Yeah. Now, we could easily get off into a little conversation of our own that wouldn't interest anybody else. Now, this Robert De Niro person, a great actor. Did you learn anything from working with somebody like that?
It's hard not to, Terry. There's working with very gifted and very talented people. Something rubs off on you, and you know, you don't sit down and make notes. You know, it's like but something rubs off. You kind of absorb something. You absorb something of the feeling of and the commitment of them. And certainly with Robert, I learned a lot about preparation. And someone famous, I don't know who it was, once said, preparation, preparation, preparation is all, you know. And he's a preparer and a very meticulous one, so I learned that.
You had a lot of theatrical experience, obviously, in the Lyric Belfast, you had in the Abbey in Dublin.
The Abbey Theatre, yeah.
Now, what got you into films? Did somebody discover you? Did John Borman see you for Excalibur? What happened?
Yeah, I was doing a production of Mice and Men, John Steinbeck's playing Lenny, the big thick fella. And John came, it was directed by Ray McAnally, God rest him, who's dead now.
And with whom you acted in The Mission.
In The Mission, yeah. He directed it, and it was a wonderful production, and John came along to see it, and he was getting Excalibur together at the time he was casting it. And so I was in the pub throwing back pints of Guinness, and
rightly so.
Aye, and he approached me, and you know, we talked, and he sent me a script, and I phoned them up, said, I don't want to play that part, I want to play this part. And I wasn't aware of the etiquette involved, so actually Gabriel Byrne got the part I wanted to play. But that's how it started, sure.
Yeah, your pals in the theatre, how do they feel about you saying, right, well, the way to achievement in acting, or the way to get what I want, is to go to Hollywood, live there, and become a film star?
I just wanted to work in film, Terry, and you know, 3-4 years ago they weren't making films in this country, and they were certainly doing miniseries, but that all came from Hollywood. It was all Hollywood money. And the British actors got the breadcrumb parts, it has to be said, and you would go into a waiting room and you'd see some magnificent actors, Frank Finlay, people like that, of that caliber, sitting waiting for hours in order to go in and, you know, read for some small part or something. So I'm not married, I've no real responsibility, so I packed a suitcase and just headed out there, and I seem to hit it at the right time.
Do you like it out there? I mean, we've just returned from that, we're recording some
Right,
shows.
I heard, yeah.
But you know, it would seem a man of your, well, you are very relaxed and a laid-back kind of fellow, so I suppose that's right for Los Angeles, but it's a kind of company town, isn't it, where everybody talks about the films all the time. I mean, I would have thought somebody like you would find it a bit difficult to get attuned to that kind of atmosphere.
I do, Terry, and it's a constant battle. With me it is. It really is, for me to kind of hold on to my own integrity of who I am and why I was an actor. But I avoid all, I don't hang out with actors or actresses. Well, one or two.
Only one or two? Pull the other one, Liam. Now, Denzel Washington, one of America's biggest stars. He looks like he's barely aged in the 20-odd years since this interview, which sees him looking back on early days spent in London.
You first swam into my view for Queen and Country, which, as I was saying to you earlier, you played a British soldier come back from Three Para or something, and couldn't make a life for himself. But I was convinced that you were a British actor because the English accent was perfect.
Yeah. No, I wasn't.
No, I know you weren't a British actor, I know that now. But the accent was brilliant. I mean, Americans have a tough time doing a British accent. Usually they can't do it, they usually overdo it. How did you learn it? Or what did you do to learn it?
Well, the director of the film, Martin Stellman, was really quite smart. He had me live with a family on the East End on Wager Street. You heard of Wager Street? Anybody know Wager Street?
Yeah, we know all
Wager
that stuff.
Street,
You probably mispronounced it.
Yeah,
yes,
no, it's Wager Street, off of the Mile End Road. And I just lived with this family, and
you learned how to talk.
Yeah, we all got drunk every night, and you know, I really got into the culture, into the.
Yeah, you're a family man now, of course.
Yeah, I got 4 children now.
4?
Just had twins. My wife had twins. I didn't
What's
have
so
them. My
painful
wife...
about
Yeah.
Draw the audience and say, what do you mean? You mean he's too young to have 4 children?
37 years old.
There's a woman said, he's too good looking to have children. What are you talking about? I've got 3 children. Don't start, no, don't start. 37?
Yeah.
You're never 37. No, shame. I mean, but is that the focus of your life now?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I mean, my son is on a basketball team, and I'm coaching the team. We got a game on Sunday, so I got to get back to the States in order to coach the team. You know, that's a top
priority. Are you a sporty guy yourself?
I went back in the day, you know, back in the day, but I'm getting old now, Terry.
Yeah.
The old wheels don't work like they
No,
used
don't
to.
talk. Tell me about it. Tell me about it, for goodness sake. Now, I saw Whoopi Goldberg. She spoke of a lack of good leading roles for African-American actors, or for black actors generally. Has that been your experience?
It hasn't been so much my experience. I've been very fortunate. You know, I know a lot of American actors, white actors, who aren't able to get good parts. You know, who do they blame? You know, but...
yeah, you think it's an easy excuse?
Yeah, it can be used that way.
But black actors tend to... I mean, you've got a supporting Oscar. Whoopi's got a supporting Oscar. It tends to be support roles, doesn't it?
Well, you know, I got a big house in California. I'm a fairly wealthy man. You know, I can't complain. You know, it would be easy to sit here and say, oh, yeah, there's a lot of prejudice, there's a lot of racism. Well, that's a given. You know, I try to be a positive person and figure out a way I can do better, not give in to. It's just an indication that
some of the interviews that I've read that you've given, they are casting you in some ways a kind of role model for other African Americans, and for saying that you do take a strong line, but obviously you're relatively happy with your lot. And
Well, as I said, I'm a positive person. I think that you have to take what you're given and do something with it. You know, the easiest thing to do is complain about it and give in to that. But I try to turn that into something positive, and so far it's worked for me.
you've just made a film with Spike Lee
Yeah.
on the very controversial black American leader,
Malcolm X.
That's going to make a few waves, do you
Yeah,
think?
that'll stir the pot. That'll stir the pot. Yeah, we just got off the plane from Cairo yesterday afternoon, and finished up shooting down there.
Yes, but once again you'll be cast as a kind of, well, if not a Malcolm X, but sort of leader, won't you? Somebody to look up to, somebody
Yeah,
to...
and I don't mind that. You know, I don't mind that. I've done different types of roles. I also did a film, I think that's opening here in April, called Ricochet, which is just sort of a action adventure, hanging off of tall buildings, you know, hero type stuff. So
Yeah.
variety is the spice of life.
Does
as they
Bruce
say.
Willis know that you're stealing his thunder?
I'm right on his heels. You better watch out.
Well, it's Bruce on Denzel's heels now in today's final encounter. In the 1990s, Mr. Willis joined forces with Sly Stallone and Arnie Schwarzenegger, not to save the planet, but to sell Planet Hollywood, and convince the public they'd become best buddies, bonding over burgers.
It's
That's
good
what I
to
was trying
see
to say.
three such physical and heroic figures sitting together in
amigos.
in a friendly way.
Yeah,
Are you chums?
Yeah, we're all friends.
absolutely. I mean,
Are you?
Yeah.
Skiing
You can't
partners.
really stand beside each other, can you?
Crossed poles.
Skiing partners.
Really?
We skied,
Yeah.
actually. Arnold and I skied last year.
That's right.
But you were all going up for the same roles, really, most of the time, aren't you?
No.
When
No?
they need someone for singing
You'd like,
and for comedy. it's
you'd like to
Bruce.
have done Rambo, wouldn't you?
When it is for less dialogue, then I move in. When it is for more physical stuff, he moves
No,
in.
And
yeah,
then when the
sure.
music...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We
He's
all
the new
have,
Stephen.
No, I'll tell you, it's really interesting. All the parts that we played have been really defined and very definitive. Like, I couldn't have played the Terminator. I know that. And Bruce, what he did with Die Hard, is again a definitive character. They don't. You align it to Rambo, but that's really that's not true. It's a totally different kind of character. I think we've all carved out our niches, and they really don't overlap that much.
Are you moving away from the more physical parts anyway?
I don't.
Not me.
I thought you were being
It's a matter of
heartwarming.
balance.
I've just done a couple comedies, but that doesn't mean you're moving away from it. You take a little
And
breather.
You just add on.
That's it.
You add on to the kind of so you have a variety of different types of movies. I think that every actor is looking for doing different things, doing comedy,
Yeah.
doing a romantic comedy, doing an action film, doing something, you know, this with kids, and then with a dog or with animals. I mean, you try to do different things, a western, a war movie, whatever it is. It's much more fun and stimulating.
So you
Western,
don't,
I
you
can
don't
try
have a
that.
plan? You don't have a
I
plan
sure
about
don't.
where your career is going to go?
I should not.
I think what you
I have a plan. Sometimes it doesn't work, but I have a plan.
I have no plan. That I know for sure.
You know what I mean?
It's always a shot in the dark.
I
Yeah,
used
well,
to
your
have a
shots are
plan.
doing okay.
Did you used to have a
I
plan?
had a plan.
What happened to that plan?
The plan, I had to revamp it.
You never
do a
know.
little plan revampage. But what you have to
never
understand is the action films that we do, what are called action films, are just modern westerns. They're just big
Morality plays.
Yeah, and it's
Really
you know
are.
good guys, bad guys. And 40 years ago, they were doing them on horses and out chasing good guys chasing bad guys, and it's same today. It's just we don't ride horses anymore.
You've both of you have become much more mellow, haven't you? Now that fatherhood is struck.
Oh, that's a cheap shot. Can we just say?
No, no,
we can
that's
say,
a kind of-
yeah,
Sly's
2 out of
mellow.
3 isn't
Fine.
bad.
Sly's mellow. He's mellow.
Hey, we're going to count depositions here? Okay, fine. Yes. Yeah, I admit, they have mellowed.
Yeah.
They have
Well,
mellowed. As a matter of fact, they're getting a little, they go home. At
Are they
9
getting
o'clock.
slow, do you think?
No, they're stable.
Right in.
There has to be a loose cannon among the group here, and I guess I
You're the
I
wild
go
one.
Afghanistan, yeah.
The rebel without a cause.
Doesn't mean you're a bad guy. I mean.
No, no.
Right.
You-
That's true.
I like you. But you... Have you-
What is that? What does that mean?
No,
You like him? You don't like him?
No, no, I'm coming to like you now.
Hey,
in a
no,
moment.
he's married too. He's on
Yeah,
your side.
yeah.
It's 3 against 1.
Yeah.
So you were going in a good direction.
I was moving towards you in a
Absolutely
positive
positive
way.
Swooped in there. I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And you, the young children, both
Yes.
young children now. How has it changed your life?
Stay home more, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
Play with the kids more.
it did
My children,
change.
my children are a lot more interesting to me than just about anybody else that I know on, the planet. So it's just a lot more fun.
That
than
says a
any
lot
real,
for our host here. That was kind of.
I was going to say, except
almost
the Terry
everybody.
Wogan show. I mean, I got excited today when I was told
disclaimer
we're going to come down here.
No, but it is a lot of fun, and
Yeah.
I think you do change. I think 2 years ago I wouldn't have admitted it. I always said that I know nothing will change, but then all of a sudden you see yourself staying home more with your productions. You know, the films. You insist that they shoot in Los Angeles, so you are there with the kids when they grow up, so you can see them taking the first step and walking, and you are there when they say the first time "daddy" and all this thing. I think that it's natural that you look forward to those kind of things, and then you do stay home much more.
All good things come to an end with old softy, homebody Arnold Schwarzenegger. After watching those three, I'm off to do some press-ups. Goodbye for now. I'll see you next time with my six-pack.